Hey everyone. So I have recently been told that I should be ashamed of myself because I don't agree with certain Christian teachings and because I don't believe in objective truth, apparently. I've been told that because of this, I am, and I quote, just a selfish, greedy child who think you know better than wise people who has gone before you, and that makes you a fool. And you know, I can laugh off most of these comments and I can make silly videos where I dress up stupid and make a joke out of myself, because I am a bit of a joke, I'm a bit silly. You know, when people criticise my appearance or my accent or whatever, I'm cool with people criticising kind of my points and the arguments I make in my videos, because that's part of the reason I make them. That's really cool. But I'll be honest, like the personal comments do get to me a little more than I let on sometimes. But that's part of being on the internet, you know? Along with all the amazing support and loveliness from you guys, there's negativity too, and I have to get used to that. I am getting used to that, and it is getting a little bit easier. But it does make me think a lot about who I am and how I present myself online, just how I live my life, to be honest. I mean, I've spoken in the past about why I like to talk about atheism on my channel, and if you want to see that video, I'll link it below. I've always said how, like, you know, I don't want to convert anyone, and I'm just offering up an alternative perspective. I'm kind of hoping my videos provide maybe like a place for people who might be questioning their faith to come and learn about what the other side thinks and maybe find a nice comforting little place with people who feel the same. You know, or maybe I'm just asking questions which will encourage people to start to think for themselves and come to their own conclusions about things. I don't know, that's just kind of the reason why I do this. I've never thought of myself as some kind of like authority. I don't want to tell people what to do or how to live their lives, because that's not my style, and I'm not in any way qualified to do that. Like, I don't want that to be me. That's not what I'm aiming for. That's not anything I've ever wanted. I'm still young. I'm still learning. There's still a lot of things I don't know. And one of the reasons that I enjoy making videos is because it is an excuse and a means for me to learn more about things, from you guys commenting and telling me stuff and teaching me things, and from doing my own research as well. Like, even just in the past 2-3 months since I've been making this kind of video, I feel like I've learned so much more, and I really enjoy that. But yeah, I do sometimes get a couple of little comments criticizing me, with people saying how, like, oh, why should I listen to you, or you just think you're so great, you know, this kind of thing. And yeah, no, it's kind of difficult to read sometimes. I think ultimately, like, despite being an atheist and despite being someone who sometimes does have slightly controversial opinions about things, I don't feel like I'm a bad person. I mean, I do actively try and be a good person. Like, I donate to charity when I can, I've helped out at charity events, I've volunteered at animal shelters, and you know, like that kind of stuff. And mostly I just try and make sure that everything I do is a good thing, and that I try and help out my friends and people I care about and stuff. And like, that's not to say I've never done anything bad. I have. Everyone has. I've been mean at times. I've acted rashly and out of anger and upset, and I am prone to holding grudges for a very, very long time. There's a girl who cheated on one of my friends like 3-4 years ago now, and I still can like internally cringe every time I see her name pop up on my Facebook feed. You know, like, she commented on someone else's post and I'm like, you. Like, I do still get angry about that, even though, like, she didn't do anything to me personally, it was just one of my friends, but not the point. The point is that I'm not a perfect person, and I do bad things sometimes. And I think it's a very human thing, not only to make mistakes and mess up, but to know that you're not perfect, but still keep trying to do your best. I know this is a bit of a personal video, and it's kind of just me talking about my life and my thoughts and things, but I guess I just wanted to talk a little bit about this idea of being a good or a bad person, about where people get their ideas and their morals and their ethics and everything from. I don't believe any one person is a good person or a bad person. You know, I think we're all a nice little mix of both. And I think if I ever saw anyone who was just purely good, they might be a little bit infuriating. I really hate words like sin and sinners, because I don't believe that a whole group of people or everyone doing a certain act, I don't think there's anything inherently bad about things like that. I mean, it may seem like a really controversial thing, but let's just, like, take the act of killing. I mean, the Bible has this big sweeping statement of thou shalt not kill, which sounds like it's a great thing, right? Because, you know, killing is bad. And it seems simple, but I don't know, I feel like there's so much more to it. I mean, like, what about people who kill for food when we kill animals for food? Some people disagree with that, some people think it's okay. I mean, I eat meat, despite being an animal lover, so it's one of those things that I do kind of debate with myself about, and that I'm not entirely happy about, but at the same time I feel like meat is a necessary part of my diet, so it's a kind of compromise that I make. And there's other things as well, in terms of, like, people. Like, what if it's an accident and you accidentally hit someone with your car because they walk out in front of you? Or what about if it's an act of self-defense and you kill someone that way because they're attacking you? What about suicide, assisted suicide, euthanasia? What about deciding to switch off a life support machine? It's like, for each of these scenarios, there's hundreds of, like, personal examples, and there's all the different circumstances and personal opinions, and there's so much that goes into determining whether one particular act is right or wrong. I don't think you can just kind of group it all into killing is bad. Do you know what I mean? And for each individual act, I might look at an act and say, no, that was right, that was the right thing to do. And 3 other people might come along and say, oh no, it was a terrible thing to do. And then another person might come along and say, well, this was kind of good, but this was kind of bad, so it's in the middle. And I think that's fine. I think it's part of what makes us people, is to want to decide for ourselves what is good and bad. And judging others as well. It sounds horrible, but it's something we all do, and it's just a part of being people, you know? Just on a very kind of, like, personal level, for me, every time I try and do something, and I'm rationally thinking about it and stuff, I try and do the right thing for me and for the people around me and for the people I care about. And when I mess up, I do try and make it better. And I don't use God or the Bible or any holy book to influence me. I look kind of into myself and my own emotions and my understanding of how other people see things and what they like and what they don't like, and I look at laws, I look at society as a whole, I look at our cultural norms and what we accept and what we don't, and that's how I make my decisions. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think there's always going to be debate over people's actions. People are always going to wonder about their own actions and whether they did the right thing or not, and people are always going to look at other people and their actions and make a judgment, because that's just what people do. But anyway, I just want to kind of, like, end this here, I guess, and I feel like it's maybe been a little bit rambly, maybe been a little bit personal, but I do want to know your thoughts, like, whether you're religious or not. Like, what do you think makes someone a good person? What is a good action or a bad action, or a good motive or a bad motive? Where do you personally get your morals and your values from? Is there an objective right and wrong? Is there any kind of general act which is only ever good or only ever bad? I don't know, let me know your thoughts, I'd love to hear them down in the comments. But for now, thank you so much for watching and listening to me rant a little bit like this. I don't know, I was feeling a little bit kind of off today and just wanted to kind of get some thoughts out and things. So that's what I'm doing. But for now, thank you so much for watching, I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you again soon.